welcome to Tuan-san News at 6. My name is Nu Tran. In today's news, an arrest has been made on suspicion of involvement with the New York bombing. Typhoon Malakaz hits Japan south. And a man has been charged with the murder of a Vietnamese Sydney couple over a drug dispute. To today's top story, police have arrested an Afghanistan-born American who they suspect of detonating the bomb that shook New York City this weekend. Following a swift manhunt, 28-year-old Ahmad Khan Rakami was captured in a dramatic gunfight that wounded him and two officers. The incident took place just hours after authorities publicly identified Rakami as the prime suspect in Saturday night's blast, as well as planting other devices. Rakami has now been charged with 7 counts, including 5 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, with bail set at US $5.2 million. In other US news, President Barack Obama and Chinese Premier Li Keqiang are teaming up on the United Nations Security Council to enforce a tougher stance on North Korea. This cooperation to tighten law enforcement channels comes after North Korea's 5th nuclear test on September 9th. Both leaders have condemned North Korea's missile tests and resolved to strengthen coordination in achieving the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. The United States has said it is willing to negotiate with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea if the country commits to get rid of its nuclear weapons, which Pyongyang has refused to do. Actor Jim Carrey, most well known for his lead role in The Truman Show and Ace Ventura, has been sued over the wrongful death of his ex-girlfriend, Catriona White. 30-year-old White was found dead in her Los Angeles apartment in September 2015 in an apparent drug-assisted suicide. The lawsuit filed by White's estranged husband, Mark Burton, accused the 54-year-old actor of using his star status and wealth to illegally obtain and distribute highly addictive drugs, and in this case, deadly controlled substances. Burton alleged that Carey gave the prescription drugs to White even though he knew she was prone to depression and had previously attempted to take her own life. Carey said in a statement that the lawsuit was a heartless attempt to exploit him. In world news, over 600,000 Japanese residents have been evacuated today as Typhoon Malakaz hits the southern coast, causing heavy rains and severe floods. The Japan Meteorological Agency say the typhoon is expected to head north toward Tokyo before going into the Pacific Ocean by tomorrow morning. It is believed torrential rain is to be expected on Japan's Pacific coast by tonight, and residents have been advised caution against floods, mudslides, and high waves. A humanitarian aid convoy carrying vital supplies to the city of Aleppo in Syria has been bombed, resulting in 12 deaths. According to United Nations officials, at least 18 of the trucks were hit, laden with enough food to feed tens of thousands of people whose supplies had been cut off for weeks. The convoy was among the first to try to deliver humanitarian aid to these areas in a relief plan permitted under the ceasefire agreement. Stephen O'Brien, the UN's Emergency Relief Coordinator, has said if this bombing proves to be deliberate, it would amount to a war crime and is calling for the fatal incident to be investigated. A senior US official made clear they held Russia primarily responsible and released a statement saying they will be reassessing future cooperation with the country. Meanwhile in Vietnam has issued an international arrest warrant for a former government official and state-run business tycoon in the midst of a corruption crackdown. 50-year-old Tuần-san, former chairman of state-run oil and gas giant Petro-Vietnam Construction, also known as PVC, is accused of intentionally violating the state's regulations on economic management and causing serious consequences. His arrest warrant came just one day after 4 of his former colleagues at the PVC subsidiary were arrested for allegedly costing the firm over $190 million during his time as chairman. Vietnamese mangoes are set to hit Australian shelves later this month. After years of negotiations, Australia has given the green light to allow imports of Vietnamese mangoes into the country. Mangoes have become the second Vietnamese fruit to be given access to the demanding market after lychees. Vietnam first sought approval to export its mangoes to Australia in 2009. Back to news in Australia. Embattled West Australian Premier Colin Barnett will keep his job after a leadership spill was defeated at a Liberal Party room meeting this afternoon. The spill motion, raised by former Corrective Services Minister Murray Cowper, was defeated 31 votes to 15. 24 of the Western Australian Liberal Party's 46 government MPs needed to back the spill motion for it to be passed. The motion followed months of leadership speculation, which culminated in Local Government Minister Tony Simpson quitting Cabinet at the weekend, followed by Transport Minister Dean Nalder, who then declared he wanted to challenge the Premier. New South Wales Police have charged a man with 2 counts of murder over the deaths of a Vietnamese couple who were found wrapped in sheets and dumped 9 months apart in Sydney's southwest. The body of Son Thanh Nguyen, 39, was discovered in Bankstown in April 2013, while the body of his girlfriend, Thi Kim Linh Do, 35, was found in bushland in West Hoxton in January 2014. 25-year-old Asian crime figure Kevin Lee was arrested yesterday afternoon. He has been charged with the alleged murder of Nguyen and his girlfriend over a drug dispute in 2013. Lee briefly appeared in court this morning and did not apply for bail. That's all from TiVi Tuan-san News at 6. Thank you for watching. I'm Nu Tran. I look forward to your company at the same time tomorrow evening.